Today we're checking out a fun new mic from Kimafun. Inside this pouch is the Kimafun G70-2. It's a handy wireless microphone system that can be used in a variety of settings, from one like this, a recorded video content session, all the way to a live presentation. We'll talk about that and more as we get into this video. Let me get it out of this pouch and I'll show you what it is, what it looks like, and how it works. So this is the mic itself. Let's see if we can get that to focus. We had it. There we go. This is the mic itself, the G70-2. This is the transmitter. And as you can see, the lights are already on. It does have a clip on the back that makes it easy to clip on your hat or your shirt, a jacket, a backpack, whatever you have to clip it on to use. This works as a microphone itself. It's a transmitter, but there's a built-in microphone condenser here that you can use. And this then is the receiver. Let's see if we can get that to focus. You can see it's about the same size as the transmitter I was just holding. The receiver plugs into a mixer. You can plug this directly into a speaker. It also has, this is the adapter that's on it, so it also has this smaller adapter connection there as well. It does require Bluetooth connection, so straight out of the box, this pairs immediately. Now, this came with more than just the transmitter and the receiver. It also came with a lavalier mic that you can plug in, which you saw in the unboxing. And this is the headset. So we've got the headset mic that will plug directly into the transmitter and the receiver that will plug directly into your mixer, your camera, or whatever. We just talked about that. Let me tell you a little bit about the build quality of this mic. It, quite honestly, to me, because I've used a variety of different mics, this was quite unimpressive as far as build quality. But here's the thing, that cost plays into that too. So this is a $70 microphone, $69.99 US dollars if you're purchasing it on Amazon. There are links below if you're interested in this mic. So I didn't expect build quality to be really heavy duty, metal, solid metal construction. It is plastic, but it honestly does quite a good job for what it is. So just know that going in. So now that you know what the mic looks like and the features that it comes with and a bit of the build quality, let me actually give you a sound test so you can judge for yourself if this is a mic that you may want to pick up. Give me a moment. We'll get it all plugged in, set up, and here we go. Okay, what you're hearing now is the Kimafun G70-2. I'm speaking into the transmitter right now that I'm holding in handheld position. I have the receiver plugged in to the with a 3/8" adapter plugged into the back of my Rodecaster Duo. I've got it on plus 23 dBs to kind of boost the level to get it to a level that sounds good. But in my test run, this sounded pretty legit. So I'm curious what this sounds like this way. It does have the clip on the back of it, so I'll clip it on my shirt here. So here's what it sounds like now that it's clipped to my shirt just below my chin. Now, I understand it's probably a little bit more muffled. That's what it sounded like in my test because, number one, it's below the level of my mouth. It's under my chin, which, you know, any lapel mic or lav mic or anything you use is going to have that issue. But wanted to give you a sense of the difference between holding it here in front of my mouth where I had it previously and now clipped to my shirt. So now what you're hearing is the sound of my voice coming through the lapel mic or the lav mic that came in this package. You see it's plugged directly into the transmitter here. The receiver is still plugged into the Rodecaster Duo, so that hasn't changed. I haven't adjusted any of the levels. I've just plugged this in, and by my test, this sounds a little bit more crisp and a little bit more clear. Again, you be the judge of that, not me. Now, what I love about this is because it is wireless, the only wire is connecting this lapel mic to the transmitter. It's wirelessly transmitting to the receiver there on the mixer. It gives me a little bit more freedom to roam about in my studio. So I might use this for something like a studio tour that hopefully I can do for you here in the next couple of videos, or if I'm presenting live, which is an option with this mic. It gives me freedom to roam about the stage or in front of the crowd or even in the midst of the crowd that I'm speaking to. So that's the advantage of this lapel mic. Let me clip this on to the t-shirt again as well, just to give you a sense of what this would sound like. Now, I wear t-shirts a lot, and so clipping on a lapel mic to a t-shirt is a little awkward because it never points directly at your mouth. But say you're wearing a polo or a button down or a jacket or a backpack, something you can clip it on to where it's pointing directly up towards your mouth, you're going to get a little bit better sound. But just wanted to, again, show you this so you get a sense of what this mic is capable of and what it can do. Now, it also comes with a headset, like right here. I'm going to plug this in, and I'm going to show you why I saved this for last, and maybe why it's not the best mic for me, or at least the best feature for me. Give me 1 second. This is the headset mic. I'm obviously not wearing it on my head. I'm holding it in front of me just to give you a similar and equal comparison to what it sounded like when I was holding the handheld here and holding the lapel mic here. So it's a little bit different setup, a little bit different mic, a little bit different quality. This is probably the weakest of the three options, at least in my tests. Again, curious what you think as you listen to this. Now, the reason I don't love this particular headset has nothing to do with Kimafun, has nothing to do with audio quality. It has more to do with the fact that though it looks a little goofy on my head, this is personal opinion, looks a little goofy on my head, and part of that is because my head is so big that this is a little too small and is not a comfortable headset for me. Now, again, that's not the fault of the company. That's more the fault of my big fat head. But this is not something that I would use on a regular basis, or even for a video like this. Maybe if I was presenting live and I needed my hands and the lapel mic maybe was a little bit muffled, maybe I would use something like this. But it's a decent feature. If you have a smaller head, it's probably going to fit you better. Now, I can tell just by looking at the waveforms on my computer as this is being recorded that this is probably a better sound, better quality. It's closer to my mouth. It's probably a little bit more crisp and clear. Either way, this is not something that's going to work long-term for me, just based on the size of my head. So take that for what it's worth. It may fit your head. It may be perfect for you. But for me, this is probably my least favorite feature. I'd use the lapel mic or the handheld version of this mic, which I'm going to switch back to now to finish out this video. So let me share my overall impressions of this mic and who I think maybe this microphone is ideal for. First of all, impressions. This mic does what it was built to do. It is a $70 microphone, US dollars, on Amazon. Again, let me remind you, there are links in the description if you're interested in picking this up. It's built what it was supposed to do. It is an affordable wireless microphone system with a transmitter and receiver that is highly adaptable for a mixer or for a live speaker, live sound setup. This would be a great option for that. It's very simple to use. It pairs immediately out of the package. You turn it on. The receiver and the transmitter should pair immediately via Bluetooth. It has, I believe, about a 50-meter range. I didn't actually test that range. I've got a pretty small studio here, and I haven't taken it outside of this yet to test it. I do like some of the features that this comes with. It has active noise cancellation, which currently I have some air conditioning vents in here. My lights actually have fans that are blowing, and I'm guessing you can't hear that. I didn't hear it in the test that I ran. But let me give you a little caution with this, because in the test that I ran, I believe the noise cancellation works a bit like a noise gate. I say that because sometimes it had a hard time, maybe more so when it was plugged into my camera, so maybe this isn't a fair assessment. But it would cut off the beginning of like the sentence that I would start with, or the beginning of the word, or cut off the end of the last word, because that's how a noise gate works if you have it set to aggressively. I don't know if that's how noise cancellation works on this particular mic. I just know that's an issue I had when it was plugged into my camera. Again, may not be an issue for you plugged into your mixer. It may not be an issue for me now plugged into this mixer. So just a word of caution there. I do like the features that it comes with. The headset, for as much as it didn't fit my head, it really might fit your head and might be a great option for you. But my favorite feature is the lapel mic, the lav mic that this came with in the package. It is a handy feature to plug into the transmitter, clip it on your belt, put it in your back pocket, have the lapel mic close to your mouth with the receiver plugged into your mixer. It gives me the freedom to roam. I like to move when I talk. I don't do that so much here when I'm planted in front of the camera, but if I were to do a studio tour or use this even on stage, again, for a live production, a live presentation, this feature is fantastic. Who is this mic for? I think a couple people this mic might be ideal for. If you are looking for something affordable that you can use, you will need a mixer if you're going to do some recording. It does not work plugging directly into your phone or plugging directly into your camera. It does sort of with your camera, but it's not ideal. My audio was just kind of in and out in waves, and it didn't sound great. So we plugged it into the mixer. Sounds much better. So you will need some additional equipment. It's not going to plug directly into your laptop either. However, what this mic, I think, was really built for was live audio, because you can plug this receiver directly into a monitor, a studio monitor like I have on my desk now. It worked like a charm. Plug it into a portable sound system. If you have a small event with a small group of people, but you need, some amplified sound, you need a microphone, you don't have an expensive one you can plug in, this actually is ideal for that situation. So again, in-studio recording is one thing, but live audio production, it's not going to be the highest quality microphone you've ever heard in that live production, but it will give you the option in a pinch to use this to plug into your monitors, to plug into your speakers, and to get your sound out there a little bit louder for people in the back to hear you. Otherwise, maybe they couldn't. So, good microphone, good price. It's the Kimafun G70-2. Links are in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.